Join us on Patreon and become part of our journey to uncover history's untold stories. Your support helps us create in-depth content, bring hidden narratives to life, and keep history alive for everyone.
The warm Atlantic breeze sweeps through the ancient streets of St. Augustine, carrying whispers of its layered past. Cobblestones, weathered by centuries of footsteps, hold the secrets of countless souls who lived, fought, and died to shape the destiny of this small, resilient city. Among these stories is one that stands out, a tale of bravery, endurance, and unyielding resolve. It is the story of the Black natives who played a pivotal role in the defense of St. Augustine. Their contributions, often overshadowed by more dominant narratives, form an integral chapter in the history of resistance and survival in colonial America. These were people whose lives intertwined with the Spanish Empire, the African diaspora, and indigenous traditions, creating a unique and vibrant tapestry of resilience against oppression and imperial ambitions. To understand the role of Black natives in the defense of St. Augustine, one must delve into the complex web of colonial rivalries, slavery, and cultural intersections that defined the region. Founded in 1565 by the Spanish explorer Pedro Menendez de Aviles, St. Augustine became a beacon of Spanish power in the New World. However, it was far more than a military outpost or a colonial settlement. It was a sanctuary, a battleground, and most importantly, a community where enslaved Africans, indigenous peoples, and Europeans converged in ways that defied the rigid hierarchies of their time. The story begins with the Spanish crown's decision to establish St. Augustine as a strategic fortification to counteract French and British incursions. Yet, it wasn't just Spanish soldiers and settlers who defended the city. Over time, a remarkable group of individuals, Black natives, emerged as crucial defenders. These individuals, many of whom were formerly enslaved, found in St. Augustine a rare opportunity to redefine their lives. They formed militias, fortified defenses, and fought valiantly against external threats, including British forces and hostile indigenous groups. Their courage and ingenuity not only ensured the survival of St. Augustine, but also laid the groundwork for the city's enduring legacy as a place of cultural and historical significance. This narrative is not merely about battles and fortifications. It is a story of human resilience, a people who dared to dream of freedom and fought to defend a community that offered them a semblance of hope. It is about the cultural blending that gave rise to unique identities and traditions, and the enduring spirit of a people who refused to be erased by the tides of history. To uncover this history is to honor the memory of those who stood firm in the face of adversity, shaping the course of St. Augustine's history and leaving a legacy that continues to inspire. St. Augustine was born from the ambitions of the Spanish Empire, which sought to solidify its dominance in the Americas. The city's establishment came at a time when European powers were vying for control of the New World, each driven by dreams of wealth and expansion. Yet, for all its grand aspirations, St. Augustine's survival depended not only on the might of the Spanish crown, but also on the diverse individuals who inhabited its walls. Among these individuals were enslaved Africans brought to the Americas as part of the transatlantic slave trade. For many, the journey to St. Augustine was one of suffering and despair, but the city offered a unique promise, the possibility of freedom. Under Spanish rule, enslaved people could sometimes seek liberation through conversion to Catholicism, military service, or by escaping to St. Augustine from British colonies, where conditions were often harsher. The Spanish crown's policy of granting freedom to enslaved people who converted and pledged allegiance to Spain made St. Augustine a magnet for those seeking refuge. It was within this context that the role of Black natives began to take shape. Many of these individuals, once enslaved, became integral members of St. Augustine's community. They contributed to the city's economy, culture, and defense, forging a unique identity as free Black natives who were both African and deeply tied to the land they now called home. Their knowledge of the local environment, combined with their determination to protect their newfound freedom, made them invaluable to the city's survival. Central to the story of Black natives in St. Augustine is the establishment of Fort Mose, the first legally sanctioned free Black settlement in what is now the United States. Founded in 1738 under the leadership of Governor Manuel de Montiano, Fort Mose became a symbol of freedom and resistance. Located just north of St. Augustine, the fort served as a buffer against British attacks and a sanctuary for escaped slaves seeking refuge. Fort Mose was more than a military outpost. It was a community. Its residents cultivated crops, practiced their faith, and built a life that defied the limitations imposed by slavery. The men of Fort Mose formed a militia that played a critical role in defending St. Augustine. These soldiers, many of whom had first-hand experience with the brutality of slavery, fought with unmatched determination. They were led by Captain Francisco Menendez, an escaped slave who became a prominent leader and symbol of resistance. The militia of Fort Mose proved its worth during the 1740 siege of St. Augustine, when British forces under General James Oglethorpe attempted to capture the city. The black soldiers of Fort Mose launched a daring counterattack, driving the British from their position and securing a crucial victory for the Spanish. This battle not only demonstrated the bravery and skill of the black natives, but also solidified their role as defenders of St. Augustine. The story of black natives in St. Augustine is also a story of cultural blending and the formation of unique identities. The city's population was a mosaic of Spanish settlers, indigenous peoples, enslaved and free Africans, and others who found their way to this dynamic frontier. This diversity gave rise to a rich cultural tapestry that influenced everything from language and religion to food and music. Black natives in St. Augustine often adopted elements of Spanish culture while retaining aspects of their African heritage. Catholicism played a central role in their lives, offering not only spiritual solace, but also a path to freedom and social integration. The Church provided a sense of community and a framework for resistance, as evidenced by the prominent role of black Catholics in the city's defense. At the same time, African traditions persisted, blending with Spanish and indigenous practices to create something entirely new. This cultural synthesis was evident in the music, dance, and rituals that characterized life in St. Augustine. It was a testament to the resilience of a people who refused to let their identities be erased, even as they adapted to new circumstances. The contributions of black natives to the defense of St. Augustine left an indelible mark on the city's history. Their bravery and determination ensured the survival of a community that stood as a symbol of resistance against oppression. Yet, their story is not merely one of the past. It is a legacy that continues to resonate today. Modern St. Augustine is a city that celebrates its diverse heritage, with sites like Fort Mose Historic State Park serving as reminders of the courage and resilience of its black defenders. The story of these individuals challenges us to reconsider conventional narratives of American history, highlighting the often overlooked contributions of people of African descent to the nation's founding and development. In uncovering this history, we honor the memory of those who fought to protect their freedom and their community. Their story is a testament to the power of resilience and the enduring human spirit, a story that continues to inspire and inform our understanding of the past and its impact on the present.